But first tonight, a string of fires this morning had LFR on its toes in the frigid air. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. 2 out of the 3 fires were caused by items placed too closely to heating units.
And with colder weather here, it's a great reminder for all of us to be extra careful. Here's the latest on the fires and some advice as we get ready for the winter months. A fire started in a motel room Tuesday morning at the Deluxe Inn off Cornhusker Highway, causing nearly $75,000 in damage. The call came in around 10:30 a.m. after a passerby called 911 after seeing smoke coming from the building. Battalion Chief Kurt Faust said the fire was started by combustible material such as a suitcase and clothing that was sitting up against the heating unit. He explained the heating unit turned on and got hot enough to ignite the materials. No one was in the room when the blaze started, and no one was injured. Less than 4 hours earlier, there was a fire at a warehouse near North 56 and Fletcher. Officials say some boxes were stored too closely to a heater at Daco Services. There was minimal damage, and no one was injured. LFR says it's that time of the year to be aware of how closely things are placed to any heating unit.
Every year around this time when you start using fireplaces, anything that generates heat, space heaters, to just use some caution, use a little common sense. We're looking at about an 18-inch barrier between whatever makes the heat source and combustible materials.
And the third fire started around 4:30 a.m. Tuesday. More than a dozen units responded to this home near South 27th and Franklin, with flames coming out of the second story of the house. 4 people evacuated, along with several pets. All are expected to be okay. Officials tell us this was caused by a bad electrical cord next to an AC unit. There was around $50,000 in damage. Faust says it's a good time to check your heaters and smoke detectors to make sure they don't have any issues.
Check the batteries, check your smoke detector, and I'd also throw out when you check your batteries to check the age of your detector. We're finding that the sensor life will actually cause an alarm on a residential smoke detector.
And again, the good news, no one was hurt in any of those fires.